there. In this video, I'm going to tell you if speaking lessons are right for you. The main question I'm going to be answering in this video is who needs speaking lessons and not general English lessons? And the reason is because I often get people who come to me and they're like, hey Tina, I want to practice my speaking. And that's great. And for some people, that is the right choice. But sometimes people come to me and they're like, I want to practice my speaking. And then I start talking to them and turns out they have no idea about, let's say, grammar. Like if you say things like, I went to work yesterday, speaking is not going to cut it. So if you're at a high enough level, speaking is going to be right for you. But if there are a lot of things that you're missing in your listening skills, in your vocab, in grammar, you need to go back to the basics, and general English lessons are what you need. I'll give you an example of why that is. Let's say you don't really know enough words. How do you learn words? You don't learn words just through speaking. Let's say we're speaking and there is a phrase and I'm like, oh, this is the perfect way to say this. Okay, you write it down and then what? Most of what you learn, you forget within a week. So you need to practice that stuff in a lot of different ways over time, every time increasing the gap between the study sessions. That cannot really successfully be achieved through speaking lessons, because how do we practice new vocab? We write, we speak, we read stuff that has that vocab, we listen to different things. So you need to practice a lot of different things in order to learn new vocab. Can you pick up some words and phrases during speaking lessons? Yes, of course, some of them, but not enough if you're, for example, at B1 level and you expect that speaking lessons are gonna do wonders. That's just not how it works. So now with that out of the way, who are speaking lessons perfect for? Speaking lessons are going to be perfect for you if you're advanced. You make some mistakes in speaking, some mistakes in grammar. Maybe you can't understand everything when you hear it, but you get most of it. Maybe there are mistakes here and there, and I'm going to give you feedback during the speaking lessons, and you're going to be able to over time correct those things. So if every sentence you say has a bunch of mistakes, it's not for you. If generally you're accurate and fluent, well, fluency can come with more practice. But if you're accurate, you're not making a billion mistakes in each sentence, then this could be the right choice for you. Another option could be that you're somebody who's generally good at English, but you live in a country where you don't really have a lot of opportunities for practice day to day. In this case, speaking practice can give you that exposure, that ability to produce the language that you studied in the past. It will give you an opportunity to receive my professional feedback. And overall, of course, it will contribute to your improved fluency. Maybe you have a generally good grasp of like grammar, you have a lot of vocab, you generally understand what people are saying, but when it comes time to speak, you kind of freeze. You need extra time to think about it. This is completely normal. And you need those opportunities to give yourself time to retrieve that information from your brain. So it's not really something you can do in a real conversation. You can't just pause there for like 20 seconds and be like, let me think of that one phrase that I've learned. But speaking lessons are perfect for that. So let's say you're trying to remember the phrase, to take something with a pinch of salt. And you're talking to me and you're like, well, yeah, this person I don't really trust. I just know that I need to, and then you kind of think about it. I need to take everything they say with a pinch of salt. So it's used correctly, but you just needed that extra time, an opportunity to freeze and think about it. It's good, it's needed. You can't jump over that step. So if you're somewhere there where you mostly know what to say, mostly say things correctly, but you just need more opportunities where you can take your time and think about the best way to phrase your ideas, speaking lessons are great for you. Another option, and I have a lot of students like that, maybe you speak English a lot at work And so you have a really good grasp on work-related English, like business English. You can talk about your, whatever you're an expert at, but you can't really have a very normal conversation. My husband is actually like that in Spanish. He's a diplomat, and so he learns a lot of stuff about politics, environment and stuff like that. But when it comes to just ordering a coffee at a restaurant, he's like, So if this is your story, speaking lessons can be great for you because we can do a lot of role plays. For example, we'll imagine that you're at a restaurant and you'll place an order, or you'll, let's say something's wrong with your order and you'll have to talk to somebody about it, to the manager. So we'll do a lot of these different things to prepare you for real life outside of work. Another thing could be that maybe your grammar, vocab, and all of that stuff is pretty good, but your pronunciation isn't, and you don't really know where to go from here. So I can, during our speaking lessons, pay attention. I always pay attention, but pay special attention to your pronunciation, and then point out what things need to be changed and how. So that is another thing you can get out of speaking lessons. One thing you need to understand is that the lessons will basically follow your needs, your interests. I'll just be responsible for figuring out what to talk about, how to make you comfortable, how to make it fun, and I'll constantly be tracking everything you're saying without you realizing it. So we'll be talking, for example, and I'll be like, taking some notes here, and then I'll ask you a question to see if you made that mistake because you just didn't have enough time to think about it, or maybe you don't know. And if you don't know, I'll tell you what the problem is. Like if, let's say it's something big, like you have no idea what present simple is, how it works and stuff like that, then you need to go back to the basics. But if it's a small thing here and there, like let's say you go with this phrase, you're like, if it doesn't rain today, I will going to the gym. And I will write this on our online board and I'll be like, is that how you say that? And you're like, no, of course I will go. In that case, it's not that you don't know. It's just you need to bring your attention to that point. So we'll do that during our speaking lessons. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that the speaking lessons are perfect for you if you need speaking practice, if you need somebody to give you feedback, if you need that opportunity to think about it and phrase things in a better way, an opportunity that naturally you wouldn't get just in your everyday life. If you want to correct some small errors in your grammar and your pronunciation and things like that, speaking lessons are perfect for you. If there's a lot that you're missing, speaking alone, though helpful, is not going to fix all of that. So if you're not sure what the best kind of lesson is for you, please reach out to me. I have a system to figure it out and give you all the information so you can make the best decision for yourself. If there are any questions that you have that I didn't answer in this video, please feel free to reach out. You can send me an email, a WhatsApp message, you can text me on Instagram. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. And if you're ready to start, just send me a message as well and say, hey Tina, I'd like to take your speaking lessons, or hey Tina, I'm not really sure what kind of lessons I need, but I want to get better at English, and we'll figure it out. I hope this was useful, and I hope to see you soon.